Hello guys, today we're going to be doing the next episode of the Discord AI chatbot. We just created the AI on the OpenAI fine tuning, and now you should have your fine tuning listed here and you're able to play with it on the playground. Now we're going to be implementing all of the API keys necessary for your program in order for it to work programmatically. As you can see here, if you go to the API keys section of your dashboard, you'll notice that you'll probably have no API keys. You just want to go ahead and press create new secret key, name it something, Discord tutorial, and for permissions just set it as all. This then will give you an API key. I don't care that you guys see it because I'm just going to revoke it later. And what you want to do is you want to press copy. Okay, now you want to open the folder where you had your training data.jsonl. Now I want you to open this folder in your preferred text editor or IDE. I'm going to open this in WebStorm. Now once you have this in your preferred IDE or text editor, you want to just right click, new JavaScript file, or just make one called index.js, or index because it's a JavaScript file. Now this file will hold your Discord client itself, all the events that are needed, and pretty much just takes everything, groups it into one file, and then runs it all from there. Now before you want to start to do anything, you want to go over to your terminal. Any way possible, you could do this externally or on the IDE itself, and then you want to type in npm init. Now if that command does not work, then you want to install npm, and you also want to install a node. I'll make a separate video on that later. You can just spam enter for this. Okay, now once you do that, you should have package.json. This is how you install all of your packages for the project. Now there are only two dependencies you need for this project, or packages. Those two are going to be, so we're going to type in npm I discord.js self-bot -v13 space open AI. Press enter. Now this will download these two packages onto your project. Okay, now you see our project has a node modules folder, and then also we have package lock, and then if you see on package JSON, we have two dependencies listed onto here. Now let's create a new folder. Now we're going to create a new file called config.json. You can also make .env, but for this tutorial I'm just going to do a JSON file. And we're going to open up with two brackets. And first we're going to put in our open API key. Now this is what you copied from before, so I'm going to paste that into here. Now the next bit of data that you're going to want for your project is your Discord token. Now this is pretty easy to get if you know what you're doing, and I'll show you right now. Okay, go ahead and go over to the Discord website, not the application. Sign into whatever account you want to have the token for, and then you want to hit Control-Shift-I. Then you want to open the network tab on here. It could be listed on these arrows or just on the top here. This will show all your API requests, all that good stuff. And then what you want to do is just honestly do anything on Discord. So I'm going to just open this server here. Server's link in description if you want to join. And then I'm just going to open general. This should do an API request. And if you click it, scroll down to request headers right here. You'll see authorization. Once you see authorization, just copy and paste the data on here. This is your token. Control C. Then you want to go back over to your project and Control V. Don't try to hack my account. I'm going to change this when the video is uploaded. The next bit of data you're going to need is your actual prompt. So if you know your prompt from last video or just want to take mine, I'll leave it in the description. We're going to copy and paste that here. Again, this will be in the description if you want it. Make sure to delete any quotations, and then a comma. The next one we're going to be doing is model. So this will be found on your OpenAI website. If you go over to your fine-tuning tab here and you find the one you just fine-tuned, so for example this one, just take the model name, copy it, then go back over to your config and paste it, and making sure to delete anything like that. So the next configuration we'll be adding is called characters per minute. So this will dictate how fast our bot will be typing on Discord. So if the response is like a paragraph long, how fast will he type that paragraph? So mine's set to 350 characters per minute for typing. And then after that is going to be reading speed, which I have set to 350. It doesn't really correlate to any sort of characters or words. It's just 350. But you can increase it how much you want. So yeah, that's about it for the configuration. That's all you need. This is all static, so you won't be really changing this that much. We're going to head over back to our index.js file and begin the coding. So the first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be referencing the client and DM channel class that is available from the Discord.js self-bot library. So we're going to grab these, and then we're going to require it from the Discord.js self-bot v13. The next thing is we're going to be grabbing our configuration that we just wrote. Next, we're going to be actually creating our client. So we're going to make a client variable and then assign it to a new client from class, object, whatever. And then we're going to be creating an array called names, which will hold all the things that will trigger the AI, whatever you include in your message. So for mine, I have Kev, Kevin, Keck, Meister, and then also Meister. Now, next thing we're going to do is we're going to do client.on message create. This triggers every time a message is sent on your Discord client. And then we're going to take in message as a parameter to our callback, which will this will store the message that's being sent. Now, just for testing purposes, we're going to log message. And then we're going to go down here to log into our bot. So client.login, which takes in token as a parameter, and that's where our config is going to come in handy. We're going to do config.token. Now, if you want, you can also do a .then, which will fire a callback every time the bot logs in. So you can just do a console.log for this and just say bot has logged in. Now, what we're going to do is just run it. If you know how to run it, that's good. What I do is I just edit configurations and I add a Node.js, and then I go to our JavaScript file, index.js, apply, okay. This is pretty easy, or you can go to terminal and also just do node index.js. That will run it. Bot has logged in. Now you can see on our Discord server, if I type hi, hello, and then we look back on the actual project, you'll see the message object is being logged. So we have all this good stuff, channel ID, we have the content, we have everything here that you need. So that's, if this is logging properly, then you know you logged in correctly and there's no errors. We'll continue on. Okay, so we're going to change this and we're going to put it into a sort of algorithm that decides whether the message that's being sent is referencing the bot. So first we're going to make something called a message reference. Now this is going to store the reply message. This is how the replying works. If you reply to a message that is the bot, it will reply back. So we're going to need that later on. And then we're going to make a valid message flag. This will trigger, if it's true, that means that the bot is being talked to, and so we'll actually initiate the API for the AI. So the first checks we're going to do is, obviously we don't want the bot to reply to a bot. So if message.author is a bot, then we're just going to return. And then the next one is if the message.author.id is equal to our client.user.id, we're also going to return. This means that if the person's talking, it's the same as the bot, then we're just going to return because we don't want it to respond to itself, obviously. And then we're going to check if the message.type is equal to reply. So this will check if the message is a reply to something else, and then if it is, we'll assign message reference to the message.channel.messages.fetch. So here we're fetching from the cache the message that was sent. message.reference.messageID. Reference.messageID is whatever it was replying to is message ID. So we're fetching that message and we're assigning it to message reference. And then we're going to check if message reference is valid, if it's not null, and if message reference dot author dot ID is equal to client dot user ID. This is checking if it's someone's replying to the bot. Then we'll set valid message to true. Here's for setting the flags to true. So we're just going to do a long list of conditions that need to be met. And then the next one we're going to do is we're going to actually loop through all of the names. So we're going to make a name variable of names. We're going to loop through this with a for loop. And then if message.content dot to lowercase, just to make sure, to ignore case, includes name, then we'll set valid message to true. The next one we're going to be doing is if message.mentions.users get client user ID. So this checks if the mentions in the message, like if you do at, then the bot, does it contain the bot? If it does, we'll put valid message to true. And then if message.channel is an instance of DM channel, so this is checking, are we talking in a DM channel? Just set valid message to true because we don't want to make it so they have to actually reply to you in a DM channel. Here are all the conditionals we have for valid message, and we're actually going to use it here. We're just going to, first of all, just log valid message, see if it works. We're going to run our bot. Bot has logged in. Now, as you can see on our Discord server, if I just say E, we're going to go back to the program. See, it says false. This wasn't directed towards our bot, but if I type like at Keckmeister, what's up? As you can see, it mentions him. It logs true. And then another test. For another test, we're just going to say Kevin was good, and it logged true. Now, if this is unexpected behavior, make sure to check your code, compare it. Thank you for watching this episode. In the next episode, we're probably going to be talking about conversations and how to store them. And we're also going to be going over using the AI if we get there. We'll just see. Make sure to join my Discord server if you need help. And I'll see you guys later.